what the Rams have been doing all year. We talked about the matchup this week. What do you think happens when the Niners play on Thursday?
All right, so let me just give you some stats real quick, and then I'll get around to my prediction. So
Let me hear it.
Brock Purdy in his career 4-0 against the spread on Thursday Night Football. This game happens to be
No shit.
4-0 against the spread on Thursday Night Football. I think 3 of them are against the Seahawks, but either way, 4-0 against the spread on Thursday Night Football. This game happens to be played on Thursday Night Football. Professional, I think the Niners are -2.5. Professional money coming in on the Niners. Last 7 home teams on Thursday Night Football have won. This is the 11th divisional matchup on Thursday Night Football this year. Home teams are 7-3 so far, straight up. Moneyline, I think it's just such a perfect spot for the Niners. You know, coming off that game against the Bears, gain some momentum. You know, you got the locker room kind of together, inspired, minus Deebo Samuel, whatever. I saw this thing on Twitter. It was like, what do Deebo Samuel and Chick-fil-A have in common? Both aren't open on Sundays. Thankfully, this game's played on a Thursday, so maybe you get a good Deebo, an inspired Deebo. Deebo always gives his best effort against the Rams, even though there's no more Donald anymore. Maybe he comes out, they scheme it around him, he has a good game. I'm going Niners 31-27. I think it's going to be high scoring. I said the Niners need to dominate possession, keep the ball away from the Rams. I don't think that's going to happen. I think if it comes down to it, the Rams are going to be able to score quick. I just think Niners, at home, need it more. All the Thursday night stats point to the home team. And I just can't see them, getting swept by the Rams for the season. Hungry dog runs faster. Inspired, desperate. 31-27 Niners.
So this is what I'll say, Sage. Both teams are desperate as hell. They both need to win the game. I mean, the Rams are in a similar desperate spot as the Niners. But when I look at it, the Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay stuff is no joke. I mean, I think that is a legit thing, and that Kyle Shanahan has the edge over Sean McVay whenever it comes to game plan, knowing what Sean McVay's tendencies are. So I think the Niners have the advantage with Kyle Shanahan on our sideline. Also, I think Nick Sorensen's going to grow a pair of balls this weekend because he knows that if he just allows...
We're 14 weeks in. What gives you that thought now?
Because I think that he knows that with no Nick Bosa, and if you allow Matt Stafford to sit back, you drop 7 into coverage with Puka and Cooper Kupp now, they're going to find the soft spots in the zone. They will. So just if you see the Niners only rushing 4 at the start of the game on key third downs, we're fucked. We're fucked if they do that. You got to rush Stafford. You got to get some pressure on him. I think he's going to eventually do it because he knows that you're dead on arrival if you don't. So I think the Niners defense is going to be able to sack Stafford a couple times, maybe force a turnover or 2. And on the other side of the ball, I really liked how this Niners offense looked when it comes to the offensive line, getting that zone run game all set up. And George Kittle, Jawan Jennings, they were wide open. I think Kyle Shanahan, you brought up Sage a couple weeks ago. You said that Kyle Shanahan almost has writer block as a play caller. It was encouraging signs what he did last week because these guys were schemed up and there wasn't anybody near him. So I think that he takes that against a Rams defense that's a good matchup for the 49ers. They really don't have that much talent in the back and in the linebacker positions, which is usually something that is bad for the 49ers. I mean, look at the Chiefs. That linebacking core, those 3 guys, the guys in the interior on the D-line, that's the strength of that defense, and that's why the Niners always find it tough to get success against them. So I like the matchup when it comes to the Niners offense against the Rams defense. I think they're going to put up a good amount of points, and they're going to outscore the Rams at home. Like you brought up, Sage, it's Thursday night football.
That's how you win, baby.
Being the home team in these kind of situations off a short rest is always huge. The line came out as 2 at 2. It started out at 2, I believe, or 1.5. It immediately went up to 2.5. Like you said, Sage, that means the sharps are on the 49ers, so I'm going to be on the 49ers as well. I got 27-24. I think it's going to be tight. I think it may be a situation where the Niners are up around 10 points for a majority of the game. Then you get the Rams coming back, maybe scoring a touchdown, and maybe, I wouldn't say a garbage time touchdown, but you know how it happens late in the games in the NFL. You're up 10 points, but then you play a little zone coverage, and you allow them to score a touchdown with about a minute and a half. So that's why I think it's probably going to be somewhere around 27-24. 49ers, they keep their season alive, get much-needed rest, heading to Miami in about 10 days, Sager.
Chase, I feel like we're pussies when it comes to predicting scores. We never throw a scoregami out there. We always go with nice round numbers. So I'm going to change mine. I'm going to go 32-27 Niners. I don't know how they'll get the fucking 32, but
You think 32-27 is a scoregami? You think that's never happened in the NFL before?
How do you get to 32 in the NFL? Who does? We go for a random 2-point conversion. Kyle's been feeling a little frisky lately. But